The returning officer, Professor Omorege Idoba, announced the results early Sunday after a peaceful but tightly monitored poll across all 21 local government areas of the state. In a swift reaction following declaration of Professor Charles Soludo of APGA by the Independent National Electoral Commission as the winner in the recently concluded governorship election in Anambra State, candidate of Labour Party George Moghalu has rejected the results. Moghalu expressed his rejection to journalists at his Nnewi residence, where he alleged widespread vote buying, intimidation, and underage voting. He also claimed the results were predetermined prior to commencement of voting, stating that the party will soon announce its next steps. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Governor Chukwuma Soludo on his re-election in Anambra State, describing the victory as a reflection of visionary leadership and the remarkable progress recorded under his administration. The president commended Soludo for bringing discipline, intellect, and accountability to governance, noting that Anambra, under his leadership, continues to shine as the light of the nation. Tinubu also praised the Independent National Electoral Commission for conducting a credible election and urged Soludo to be magnanimous in victory while assuring him of the federal government's continued partnership. Earlier, major election observer groups had expressed concern over widespread vote trading and uneven distribution of security personnel during the Anambra State governorship election. Despite reports of peaceful voting in most areas, the observers warned that these lapses could undermine the credibility of the exercise. Global TV's correspondent Anete Patrick was in Oka, the Anambra State capital, where she monitored the elections and now reports.
As voting winds down across Anambra State, reports of vote buying and security gaps have dominated early findings from election monitors. The Center for Democracy and Development, CDD West Africa, says its observers recorded multiple incidents of votes trading across several local government areas, particularly in Anambra Central and Anambra South. Party agents were reportedly seen offering between 2,000 naira and 10,000 naira to voters, sometimes through mobile money transfers, and in some cases encouraging them to snap their ballots as proof before payment. The practice was allegedly carried out in full public view, with little deterrence from security personnel.
CDD also observed a high concentration of security officials, media, and election observers in polling units affiliated with popular political figures. In contrast, polling units with fewer registered voters showed inadequate security coverage, which aligns with 12.7% of PUs that had no security personnel present.
However, security presence itself became another area of concern. CDD and Kimpact Development Initiative both reported that while there was heavy concentration of police and other operatives in urban and high-profile areas, many ruling polling units had little to no security presence, creating fears of voter intimidation and potential interference. KDI revealed a troubling disconnect between the 55,000 security personnel announced for deployment and their actual ground presence, noting that some polling stations had no officers as late as 10 a.m.
The Interagency Consultative Commission on Election Security (ICES) announced the deployment of approximately 95,000 security personnel for the Anambra State governorship election across all 5,718 polling units. Field reports from our observers reveal a troubling disconnect between these figures.
The Center for Transparency Advocacy, CTA, also highlighted this uneven distribution with reports showing that 9% of polling units had no visible security presence. CTA expressed concern that such disparities could weaken voters' confidence and threaten the integrity of the process. Observers further pointed to cases of beavers malfunction, later arrival of materials, and low voter turnout, especially among youth and women, despite a generally calm atmosphere in most areas.
The inadequate welfare arrangement for police personnel deployed for the Anambra election by the police leadership Some police personnel complained that they had nowhere to bet and slept in open fields since they arrived at Anambra. Some also complained that they were yet to be paid their allowances, except the 1,000 budgeted for snacks for police by the INEC.
While commending INEC for early deployments in many polling units, the groups collectively urged stronger enforcement against vote buying, better logistics coordination, and equitable pace. As collation continues, all observer groups are calling on INEC and security agencies to ensure transparency in result transmission and protect the will of voters. From Oka, Anambra State, Anieti Patrick reporting for Global TV News.